Hi, this is Vinny Curto of goldirarollovers.com. Are you considering a gold IRA, a precious metals IRA? Have you been wondering about gold IRA custodians and depositories and what are the most important things to consider when starting a gold IRA? Well, if so, then I recommend that you watch this short video and listen to this recent interview I did with Collin Plume of Regal Assets. Here it is now.
I guess why would you think, gold price has been up and down and up and down, and why would now be a good time to invest in gold?
Yeah, it's a great question.
Or both.
Yeah, I think that when you look at gold, it hit its peak in September of 2011, hit 1906 per ounce. Silver hit a little over $49 an ounce. You had quantitative easing that was pushing the price. Quantitative easing phase 2 is pushing the price up considerably. A lot of questions about the U.S. dollar at that point. And there was just a tremendous amount of debt that was being printed by the U.S. government. It pushed the price up quickly. However, I would say that it moved up a little bit too quickly in such a short period. Typically, a commodity like gold and silver would move up during a period of heavy inflation. It also, just like oil, typically wants to be close to the cost to pull it out of the ground, and silver would be the same. And I think it moved up to that 1900 for gold, and for silver it hit 49 in a very, very quick amount of time, unusually quick. Today, where it's sitting, and the reason it's a good buying opportunity for gold is, number one, the U.S. dollar has been very strong currency over the last 2 years, and it's hurt the price of metals. That's one of the reasons. Most investors believe that over the next 4 or 5 years, the U.S. dollar could have a dramatic pullback, and that would be good for gold, be good for silver. Gold is seen as a currency, and so when the dollar typically rises, you see gold pull back. But with all the debt that's been accumulated, we've created more debt. The U.S. government's created more debt, the Federal Reserve, in the past 10 years than in the 30 years before that. So the question is when will that debt, affect the value of our dollar? And when that happens, gold and silver and commodities should do very well. Also, you have the stock market at a very high point right now, so people are concerned that we could have a correction, and typically when you have a correction, people flee paper assets like stocks and bonds, and they move into tangible investments. They want to flee into something that they know that's safe, and that's why gold and silver would typically do well in that environment. So you have those two big factors that really give investors a lot of peace of mind that it is a good time to invest. And then the third thing would be just what is the mining cost for gold and silver. And based on everything that I read, I'm not a miner, but based on everything I read, they say gold mining cost is between $1,050 to $1,200 an ounce. They say silver is between $14 and $18. Some say it's higher an ounce to pull it out of the ground. So you're pretty close to the cost to pull it out of the ground, which is typically a good time to invest. So those three factors, I think, are the biggest reasons why investors are looking at gold and silver today. And I think they give it a good reason that the likelihood of it going down is lower than the likelihood of it going up. I think the likelihood of gold and silver going up in the next 4 or 5 years is much higher. And I think when people are looking for a safe investment, that's what they're looking for.
Thanks for listening. If you'd like access to all 12 parts of this audio interview, please go to www.goldirarollovers.com/FAQ. If you'd like to reach out to Regal Assets or Collin Plume directly, please call them at 888-981-7445, or you can go to their website at regalassetsonline.com. Again, that's 888-981-7445, or go directly to regalassetsonline.com. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.